This is January 28th, Sunday. It is the today's saint day. Is one of the saints that you've heard of is Saint Thomas Aquinas, and also Blessed Charlemagne. Everyone's heard of Charlemagne, the legends of Charlemagne. Uh, he was born a prince. He was born the prince, the eldest son of Bertha and Pepin the Short. Pepin has a lot of history. I don't know if it's Pepin the Short, but Pepin is a famous defender of the Christian Church. He was married, the father of Louis the Pious. He was the king of the Franks in 768. As the Roman patrician, Charles was obligated to defend the temporal rights of the Holy See. So the emperor and the Roman patrician or the Roman emperor would be in charge of the defense of the Pope and the Church in Rome. The Holy See was first threatened by the Lombards, who Charlemagne defeated. He defeated the pagan Saxons, who he gave the alternative of baptism or death. Now, I find that a little troubling, I have to say, but because I often complain about the Muslims have three things. You can pay a tax, you can convert to Islam, or you can die. And I say we don't, meaning the Christians, meaning the Catholics, do not force people. But here it sounds like they were given that option to either be baptized or die. So that's troubling. The leader, Wittenkind, accepted Christianity in 785. The Song of Roland recounts the death of the paladin Roland during Charlemagne's 777 invasion of Muslim Spain, which was Christian Spain until the Moors and Islam took over Spain for a chunk of their history. So it's really just regaining back Christian land. It's rather than, it says invasion, but it invaded Spain to release Spain from the domination of Islam. He was crowned the first Holy Roman Emperor, the sovereign of Christendom in the West, by Pope Leo on Christmas Day in 800. The reign of Charlemagne involved a greater degree of organic development and consolidation of Christian Europe more than any other person. He supported agricultural development, organized and codified the principles of ancient Frankish law. So he brought about law. And through scholars he attracted to his court, also including Saint Alcian. He inaugurated educational reform. He furthered the spiritual welfare of the church by his zeal for ecclesiastical discipline and took keen interest in the deliberation of synods. He improved and propagated church music and laying the foundations of modern musical culture. In 806, he divided his empire among his three sons. Charlemagne is the hero of many cycles of romance, cycles of books in the Middle Ages. So he was living in 742 to 816 or something, 14. He became the center of legendary deeds related to his legendary deeds and those of the paladins and vassals in 883. He's the center of other epics, older epics. Books were written about him in series in the 15th century, in the 1300s, and in the England, Caxton published the Life, L-Y-F, the Life of Charles the Great, Grete, in 1485, and the four sonnets, I guess that's sonnets, of Aymon in 1486. He was born in 742 and died in 814. That's Charlemagne. Everyone's heard of Charlemagne. There's a rapper, Charlemagne. I wonder if he has any, if he knows anything about the real Charlemagne. What else about Charlemagne? Yeah, quite a figure, and a lot to read about Charlemagne. Seems like he was, for the most part, a good Christian emperor. And that's what I've said before when reading from this. Right here. How about that? Christendom. This is a history of the founding of the history of Christendom. And I've read a lot about Charlemagne and Pepin and a lot of these. I've read a fair amount through those books, not all of them, but I've read a fair amount through them and seen how it talks, how it gives examples of Spanish kings, French kings, German, Hungarian, what do you call them, warlords, Polish, English, and how different kings, Christian kings, will, by keeping their spirituality strong, by having a prayer life, by having receiving the sacraments, going to mass, they can use that good judgment, that wisdom, that counsel, that knowledge to help them lead their people and to be good, kind, compassionate kings and leaders. So let's remember Charlemagne today. Let's remember to ask the saints to pray for us and continue to pray for the souls in purgatory.